Yes, I'd like to ask you about your own glossy mailer and the management of your office. First of all, I guess your telephone town halls, which have been very successful. Maybe you wish you were at one of those instead of one of these.
Actually, I prefer these.
Okay.
I prefer back in
They're paid for by a company called Citizens Dialogue LLC, which is a Republican political consulting firm based in Virginia.
Well, they're not paid. No, they're not paid for.
And they're paid. I mean, you
that's
pay,
the group that
they pay too.
That's the group that
Yes.
organizes.
Yes, and they do. You pay $3,200 just for the telephone town halls in the first quarter, which probably, and that's fine. But they also do direct mail pieces, similar to the. You've sent at least 2 glossy direct mail pieces that look, at least at first glance, like campaign mailers. And
How much does that cost?
And how much does it cost? And are they the vendor? And if not, who? And if it's not a New Hampshire vendor, why did you choose not to have them printed and designed by a New Hampshire printing firm, of which there are several?
And why do they look like a campaign folder, like the one that's right behind you? I got that folder in the mail last week. Look at that one right there. Compare the two. Glossy. How much did that cost? Listening to you. That's a campaign slogan, Congressman. And your franking money is paying for it. You talk about waste. There's waste right there. What I want from you is a black and white or a one-colored document that's just print, one small picture of you and no slogans. And you also should publish how much money you're spending on those things. You should put it on your website. And you should also broadcast these town halls more than one day on your website. This Greenland site did not show up until today. I checked on my email, I checked on my website. Congressman Gunita talked about your town hall in Manchester coming tomorrow, August 10th. I'm sorry, excuse me. But anyways, so today, yesterday, no Greenland town hall there. This morning, how many people have the time? I mean, unless they actually go on there and they're looking for it. I mean, if you're really going to be transparent, then you should be broadcasting these things way in advance.
Everyone's got a right to be here, and I want everyone who's here to have an opportunity to give their opinion. So let's just try to respect everyone's time.
So let's go back to the cost on the glossy. Let's focus on that one first, because that one you talk about waste. Let's talk about how much it costs and how much we could save if you did not send those kind of flyers out.
Here's what we did. Every member of Congress, Republican and Democrat, has a budget that they're responsible for. We, in January, cut our budget, and then we just cut it again within the last month.
Doesn't explain why you use a glossy campaign flyer. Why do you do that? Tell me why. Why do you
big problems in this country, my friend, okay?
I'd be happy to finish.
Let's talk about that.
Asking why he didn't
So
start
the-
the printer to print it here.
So within that budget, I've got to decide how we're going to spend those dollars. One of the goals I have is to not spend the entire budget and return not to the Treasury but to deficit reduction any unused dollars in my budget, as well as, and I'm encouraging every member of Congress to do the same.
Would black and white be cheaper than the glossies?
I can find out for you. I can find out.
I think common sense would say it probably is cheaper.
All of, just for informational purposes, these have got to be approved. They go out. It's a form of communication to try to communicate to what is going on. I also do the telephone town halls when I'm not in New Hampshire, when I'm
I just
in
want to
Washington.
talk about the franking.
Well, I know, but someone asked about the telephone town halls. So I do utilize the telephone town hall when I'm in Washington to try to communicate with people as to not only what's going on in Washington, but it's a good opportunity to have thousands of people at one time communicating what their particular position is on an issue.
I'm still back on the black and white. Why don't we go for the cheap mail? Why don't we do that?
I appreciate that feedback, and I'll consider
And also publish how much it costs.
it. Okay, I'll consider that. Thank you very much.